This is the Addmotor M-81 cargo e-bike. What does this have to do with leatherworking? Nothing in itself, but the leather saddlebags I'm going to make for it do. Addmotor is sponsoring this video by providing the bike, so if you clicked on the thumbnail because you wanted to see more about that, you can go ahead and skip forward to whatever timestamp I insert here. However, if you came here for the leather work, that starts now. So here's the completed project. I've been riding bikes since I was a kid, mountain biking for the last 30 years. I do all my own wrenching and have built bikes from the frame up. This one seems fairly well constructed, maybe a little overbuilt as it's heavy, but that's kind of the norm for e-bikes. But since it is an e-bike, that's not usually going to matter. One side note is that the manual actually has torque specs for putting it together, which is always a good thing. Alright, so to start it up, you'll power on the battery, and then you'll power up the LCD screen. So you have a 7-speed Shimano drivetrain to ride the bike unpowered. There's brake lights, turn signals, a headlight, there's even a horn, which I'm not too fond of, but it's there. Okay, so I'm going to throw my GoPro and boom setup on here. It's going to be kind of shaky, I know, but this is all zip tied together, so, sorry about that. For those not totally familiar with e-bikes, they're essentially a normal bike with an electric motor, in this case mounted in the rear hub, that assists with your pedaling. The amount of assist depends on your settings. There's also a separate throttle override, more on that in a minute. On this bike you have 7 assist levels. On the lower levels you might not even be aware of the motor unless you're starting from a dead standstill or actually going up a hill. On the higher levels you're moving the pedals, but you're really not contributing much. The motor's doing all the work. Obviously the lower levels are for conserving battery power, and the higher levels you're going to be running your battery out faster. As to the battery, I took this out for a couple hours, and when I was done, it still had probably about a little over 3/4 of a charge left. This isn't a mountain bike, and nor is it really intended to be. It has a front suspension fork, but there's not much travel. It's more for soaking up small potholes, and even then, I'm going to guess that the fat tires are going to be more of a help here. I did take it off-road a little bit just to see how it handled some rough terrain and some hills. Alright. I mentioned a throttle earlier. The fact is, you don't even have to pedal this bike. The right handlebar grip has a throttle on it that allows you to operate this thing like an electric moped. Note here, I'm not pedaling. This, of course, will drain your battery faster, but it's still pretty cool. I should also mention that you can set your max speed within one of the menus on the LCD display. And of course, I maxed it out to 45 kph, which is almost 30 miles per hour. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I can honestly give the M-81 cargo bike a thumbs up. And if you did, please make sure to like and leave a comment. I'm thinking now this thing really needs a custom-made leather passenger seat, maybe even with a backrest. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for that future video. Thanks again.